Hey all, welcome back to some fun. We're gonna go ahead and start doing some landscaping on this little guy. I've been kind of studying the stuff on here a little bit, looking at my pictures. Hopefully I'm getting this right. Landscaping, the ground and all the rocks and all of that. The most important thing for me was this building, making sure it truly represented the look I wanted it to, and I feel that it does. But based on comments, I think a lot of you out there also feel that it represents the building as well. I am now going to go ahead and do the landscaping, and as I started to say, it's not as, I don't want to say as important, but it doesn't have to exactly replicate the landscape around it. You're going to get the general idea. I want it to be as close as I can to what it really looks like, but I'm not going to stress as much as I was on the building. So, and even that was minimal. But all right, here we go. Let's get moving. So there's an overhang here. This will be a waterfall coming down here. There's a little bit of a pipe showing that comes out here. This is where it comes out of the building. I'm not sure exactly where, but it does. The waterfall is going to come down here. This is mostly just like shale and rock and that sort of stuff underneath here. It's in a lot of the photos, it's pretty difficult to see what's down there. I can only guess that it is just more of the same rocky outcroppings that you see in the rest of it here. This is kind of like the just a pile of rocks and what have you down at the bottom that have all just been carried by this. The stream comes, or the river continues to come along here, and then we just go back up into here, and this is mostly a grassy area. So I'm really just going to get this smoothed out, make it kind of look nice, and then I'll probably put some like railroad grasses and shrubs and that sort of stuff, and I'm going to go ahead and probably just put those on there just to give it more of a realistic look. I'm pretty sure I mentioned in one of my other videos that this is going to be difficult for me to get over to, and it is proving just that. It's not easy to reach, so let me see if I've got a bit here that I can get in there with easier and do what I need to do. Pretty happy with the rock down here at the bottom, the one underneath here, up on top, got this little bit of a shoreline. So this will all be water. Not sure how I want this to pour down because not all the pictures are different. Some show it with quite a bit of water coming over the waterfall, and some show it maybe in a drier season where there's nothing coming out of that. I do want to have it with a lot, so I need to really look over those photos a little bit more, see what I can come up with, just to kind of get a nice cross piece in there. I do need to stop for a little bit here. My hands are starting to really die on me, especially like right up in here from holding that. So I'm going to go ahead and pause for a minute. You're going to see it right back on here once I come right on back. Thanks. I'm hoping that you can see in here that I've got some rock in here, and I've looked at a ton of different pictures. There's all different versions of what this looks like. There's some where everything is just lush and green in here, and there's stuff growing, and there's others where this water's coming down. This is mostly just wet rock. So I'm just making it up as I go, really. I can't find anything of what this looks like. I can't tell if this is the same. I'm probably going to make this the same depth as this side, so it's the waterfalls coming down. There won't be this lump sticking out here. I do want to go ahead and put some more brick in down here since I've opened this up some. I didn't have the waterfall deep enough so that it came down here. So I'm going to touch all that up, get that in here. This is going to be painted like a brownish green, and then I'm going to add some foliage to it right on here. So this is kind of done. I'm sort of done in here, just a couple of small minor details. I've got to take this down, a little bit more work up here. This is like a green space, for lack of a better term. It's got some shrubbery and weeds and what have you on it there. I'm still trying to locate imagery of this back section. I'm just not finding it, so it's just going to end up looking the same as this. I'm just going to make up what I think it should look like. Same as on the side over here. I am going to put a little path that comes out from here, a little stone path that'll come around, meet up with this one. This will come out, and I'm going to have it come up this way. I know for a fact now that this is where the trailhead comes in from Mill Creek Park itself. It comes this way. I'm not sure exactly how originally they got to this. I don't remember if there's a service drive that comes in this direction or not. I just don't remember. So the pathway is going to go this way, connect here, and then come around to this side. And that'll be done with this. Then this will just be green space as well. And then we'll get into the staining, the painting. So by the time we are at the end of this video, we'll at least have the stain on here, at the very least. All right. So I've got the back part of the bank done. I have the whole entrance going into the mill. That's where it's going to come out. It's going to meet back up down here. So really, all we have left to do right now are the pathways, and I'm going to go ahead and put those in right now. Well, everybody, I have finished what I'm going to finish for the landscaping, for everything around this building. I'm going to take my little flap sander. I'm going to smooth out a lot of the lines. I'm going to take a look at this stream, this river. I'm going to put some high gloss stuff on this so that it looks like water, but I want to see where I need to put ripples and that sort of stuff, because I've got to build those into the wood, and then I've got to figure out how I want to paint the base before I put that coating over top of it, so that it does in fact look like a stream. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and start flap disking. I'm going to cover this with just some Danish oil, the natural. I'm going to do that. We're going to just let this all dry. Once it all gets worked in, and then once it's dry, I'm going to go ahead and we'll do some color on here. Now, again, like I always say, I'm not putting the color on really hopefully to change anything. I'm just trying to enhance the carving. You want to let the carving do the speaking for you. Don't. The color's just there as a side actor, so to speak. It's not really what your carving is about. And yes, I do see that my bark is separating. I will deal with this little bit of an issue later. I'm not too concerned about it at the moment. Even if it does all come off, I can just glue it all back together. Great use for an old toothbrush. Work this stuff in. I did try to sop up as much of the excess as I can. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the toothbrush to rub it in. What do you think? What do you think? I'm wondering. Do we want to paint it? Or not? We shall see. All right, so I had already recorded the ending to the Lanterman's mill with the intention that I may come back and do some painting on it. But after looking at it, I've also posted the final images on my Instagram account and on my Facebook business account. And I had asked the question, should this have some paint on it, some light color, or should I leave it natural like it is? And overwhelmingly, I was told, leave it as it is. Don't put any paint on it. As a matter of fact, I had a couple of people tell me, well, leave this alone and make another one that you can paint. Well, I'm not going to make another one, not anytime soon. It takes some time to do this. But here we go. We're done. I'll have some stills that I put up so that you can see the stills of it. But it is complete. I did put some gloss medium on where the water is to give it a nice shine. But there we have it. It is as complete as I'm going to make this one. And there she all is in all her glory. I really hope you enjoyed this this little series here. I hope you like the decision I made, and I'm sorry if you're one of the people that did want this to have some light paint on it. I just didn't feel it needed it. I just wanted it to be natural. There you have it. That one's done, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. Hopefully you've watched to the end, and you guys have a wonderful day, and like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. Thanks a lot. Take it easy.